Hey everyone, okay, so today's video is on the best full coverage foundations. Now I only use full coverage foundations because I think they're easier to work with. You use less product and you can achieve the kind of finish with a full coverage foundation, from that of a tinted moisturizer right the way up to coverage that can cover a tattoo. So let me show you my favorite brands for full coverage. The first one is Kett Creme foundations. Now they come in refills as well as little circles as well of color, which are little kind of pots. These go on very, very sheerly, but they are built up really quickly over time into full coverage foundation. You don't have to keep layering it. They go on like a second skin and they are beautiful for contouring and highlighting. All the ranges that I'll feature here are available for really pale skins to the deepest ebony. So this is a great brand, especially if you're just getting into full coverage foundations. This one's quite easy to control. The next one is Le Maquillage Professional, and these come in squares like these, which is £6, so you can use to conceal or cover, or conceal, foundation, correctors, contouring, or they come in little kind of pan sticks. These are wax based, they go on beautifully, they smooth beautifully with like a damp sponge across the face. All full coverage foundations can be sheared out with a damp sponge, so never worry about them. The Maquillage ones are one of the best available to you, and they're not one of these brands that a lot of people have heard about because they don't have a lot of PR behind them, but they are truly amazing, which is why my foundation palette is made from the Maquillage. Another great foundation, this comes in a palette but you can get them separately, are RCMA foundations. Full coverage foundation, they're still used today by lots and lots and lots of makeup professionals. Ultra pigmented, incredibly high amount of pigment, around about 50% pigment in these colors, ultra light colors and the deepest of ebonies with RCMA. They also do cheek colors as well and eyeshadows, so they're excellent, and they go on really nice with a kind of dome shaped brush like the Louise Young foundation brush, which is really thick. Mud foundations are amazing. You get them in singles or in refills. This is like a corrector palette. You can see different colors here. They go on beautifully with a beauty blender sponge. They can be used with a damp sponge. You can use them with a foundation brush or a stippling brush, but they go on best, really do go on best when used with a beauty blender sponge, which I highly recommend. Makeup Atelier Paris waterproof foundation. It looks like this. This is the 30ml one. And this is the 120ml one. Now this is £35 for 120 mils, so it's like £4 more expensive than the Makeup Forever HD one, which is 30 mils. These leave the most beautiful finish on the skins. I'm not a fan of liquids, but I absolutely love these, and I'm using them loads more at the minute because they go on so beautifully. The finish is demi-matte and it is gorgeous and slightly glowing. Beautiful products. I highly recommend the bigger one. All the links in the description bar as normal. Use a beauty blender sponge if you can. Perfection on the skin, and the shade range is amazing. Kevyn, the Sensual Skin Enhancer. Tiny little pot like this will last you years and years. I have done a tutorial on it, I just haven't posted it yet because these things are so small that you think I'm not buying that, but they last forever and a tiny bit goes a long way, so I will post it hopefully this month, so you'll see how to use these as well. Speaking of full coverage foundations, this is the kind of thing that is bulletproof, isn't coming off, and I know it's a pain in the ass to find, but you can find it in the description bar. And this is Makeup Atelier Paris, which is their waterproof gel foundation. This is a gel texture, comes in a whole host of colors and is 100% waterproof. Even with a waterproof makeup remover, it's a pain to get off. They are amazing. If you've got really oily skin that tends to eat up foundation and just have it disappear on the skin, this is the stuff for you. It's very matte. If you've got very dry skin, you're gonna hate it and you'll need to moisturize heavily in order to get the finish that you're after, but it's budge proof. It ain't going nowhere. One of the oldest products that I've ever used and still use is MAC Full Coverage Foundation. It's a pro product, but you don't have to be a pro to get it, I promise. All you need to do is give MAC a call on their website number and you can still order it. Excellent coverage, 30 grams of product, making it huge. Same shade ranges as with MAC, good enough to cover a tattoo, and blended out with a damp sponge can look like almost nothing on the skin, which is gorgeous. The last couple I'm going to mention, because I want you to have yours say in the description bar, tell me your favorite full coverage foundations, in particularly drugstore ones, because I'm not too familiar with those. So these are the ones that I know best. This is actually concealer palette by Makeup Atelier Paris, again, and covers it brilliantly. Lots of different shades to choose from. full coverage. You can bring it right the way down for Kim Kardashian. And lastly is the waterproof liquid concealer by Makeup Atelier Paris. This stuff gives you 8 mils of product, comparison to say Bobbi Brown's correctors, which is like 1.2 I think, or 1.5, 1.2 I think. So you get loads more product here than that for half the price, and this stuff is waterproof. And it is, while it's not 100% full coverage, I'm mentioning it because it will brighten up under that eye area like nothing you've seen before, and it smooths out to nothing, and it stays put because it's waterproof. That is my favorite full coverage foundations. Actually, I'll tell you another one that's good, and it is full coverage, and I've done a video on it. Link in the description bar if on this 60-second foundation tutorial is the MAC Studio Fix, which is a powder foundation. This can be applied so heavily that it will cover a huge amount of problems on the skin. And then with a setting spray like Skindinavia, the skin will transform back to the look of without powder, but with the coverage of this foundation. So it's pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.